Also, we brought you the story at the beginning of the show. An Iranian on the FBI's terror watch list caught at the southern border. Texas authorities nabbing him as part of a human smuggling bust. Joining us now is Republican Senator Tom Cotton. Senator, this is just one of, as I understand, one of 38 terrorist watch list suspects caught at the border. Now, this guy in particular, was not caught by the Border Patrol. He got away from them, but he was picked up by the Texas Department of Public Safety. So we now have at least 38 of these guys in our custody here.
Dana, this is a remarkable story. You have an Iranian national on the terror watch list who was apprehended at our border, one of almost 40 who we've apprehended. And as you say, this wasn't by the feds, this wasn't by the Department of Homeland Security, it was by Texas law enforcement officers. So thank goodness the state of Texas is at least taking responsibility for its border with Mexico, even if Joe Biden won't take responsibility for policing our border. And what really worries me, Dana, is not this one person we caught or the almost 40 that we've caught. It's how many have we missed? How many have been able to infiltrate our country without being caught? I worry about the potential for terror attacks, including mass terror attacks on the scale of another 9/11 if we don't secure our border. And there won't have to be a 9/11 commission or anything else to figure out how it happened. It'll be obvious. Our open southern border has posed a grave threat to our national security and the safety of our people.
Sir, in just the past 4 months, we have a number on the number of gotaways that you're referring to. 304,000. Okay, that's going back to the 1st of October. Per day, that's almost 2,500. What are they doing? Who are they? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, Bill. And again, I think it's reasonable to infer that we have allowed many more people on the terrorist watch list to get in than even kind of a normal ratio based on the known gotaways and the ones we've apprehended would suggest, because you would assume, I think it's fair to say, that hardened terrorists who have trained overseas to conduct terror attacks are going to be more skillful and artful in evading law enforcement than a poor migrant who's simply trying to enter our country to get a job and pay for expenses for their family back home. So I think this is a grave threat to our national security. It's just one more urgent reason to secure our border now.
It seems incredibly unfair as well to the men and women who work in law enforcement, at the border, or even in intelligence, to put this burden on them, because they're responsible to try to make sure that they're catching everything. And if we have another attack, as you said, it will be kind of obvious what happened, but they'll be blamed. And the administration doesn't change the border situation. And now we had a report on Monday about the northern border, sir, and how many people are trying to come across there. So we are not covering our bases. And I don't know whether people have just forgotten what happened before, but why would someone from Iran on the terror watch list sneak across America, and who might he have been trying to meet up with?
Yeah, Dana, I think that's an excellent point. And again, the real threat is who we don't know, who we didn't catch. You'd assume these people, as hardened terrorists, are going to be skilled at evading law enforcement. And you say that law enforcement will be blamed. I don't think that's the case, though, Dana. I think the blame for our open border lies now, and for the consequences in the future, squarely on the doorstep of Joe Biden at the White House. This didn't just happen. It's not an accident. It's not a bad hand that Joe Biden was dealt.
Right.
It's the deliberate choices he's made all along to stop the enforcement of our border and to allow up to 6 million illegal aliens to enter our country in just 2 years in his tenure. If there's a terrorist attack in this country from someone who crossed our southern border, Joe Biden will be squarely responsible for that attack.
We have spent billions over 20 years at airport security. Billions of dollars. Next time you go to DCA in Washington, you can see it. Right? These huge scanning machines that force you to put everything in there and make sure there's nothing on you, and yet you can walk across the border. It's ridiculous. 19 hijackers, 4 planes on 9/11. Senator, thank you for your time today. We'll speak again soon. Tom Cotton.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Dan.